My name is Jake. Now let's talk music. Today we will be talking about Graduation by Kanye West and why I believe it's the best album of all time. Graduation is Kanye's third album and his third album in the college series. So first came College Dropout, then it was Late Registration, now it's Graduation. One album that didn't come out that was supposed to was Good Ass Job, which eventually I will make a video about, but for right now, we're just focusing on the third one, Graduation. So, here's some backstory. So, after making Late Registration, he was able to go on tour with popular bands U2 and the Rolling Stones. And while on tour with these bands, he saw how their music affected people in these stadiums because what he didn't know was that with hip hop, there wasn't really a stadium anthem yet. But for graduation, he set out to do this. He wanted to make music that would affect people, like be able to connect with tens of thousands of people in one venue. Now, before I go any further, I just want to give a shout out to the YouTube channel The Most Unruly. Again, The Most Unruly. See, before making this video, I did some research, and one of the things I watched was his video on the making of graduation, which let me just say, his videos are amazing, and they're not even that long. For how much information he puts in there, it's only a 25-minute video. So they're pretty good, and I'm gonna put their channel down below in the description. Y'all should check them out. Again, it is The Most Unruly, and check the description for their channel. So, as seeing the title, I said that Graduation is the best album of all time. You might be thinking, how could it be the best album of all time? It doesn't even have a perfect track list. Well, in my opinion, no album will ever have a perfect track list. There is always going to be one track on an album that people are like, it's not that good. It doesn't hold up to the other tracks on this album. So, in essence, there will never be a perfect album. But Graduation comes pretty close, with the exception of Drunken Hot Girls. I will never like that song. But let me tell you why I think Graduation is the best album of all time. First off, Graduation has inspired so many different artists and it affected the genre itself. Without Graduation, we wouldn't be going and seeing people like Travis Scott. Like right now, his Circus Maximus tour. We wouldn't be seeing that. We wouldn't be seeing people like Drake. You know, they made music that is made for the aesthetic of a stadium or a big concert venue. Like I'm saying stadium, but there's other venues that are massive like this, like arenas also. So it's just like without graduation, we wouldn't be watching hip hop concerts that are as big as what they are now. I mean, I one of the Circus Maximus uh shows, there was over 100,000 people there. They literally felt an earthquake in Milan because of the amount of people that showed up to it. And I'm just saying, without graduation, we don't have that. And I already touched on this also. It affected how rappers made music. Instead of making something that would just play in the club or other parties or things like that, they started to think, why not make music that would go good in a concert venue with tens of thousands of people? Like some of the best concert artists, like Drake, Travis Scott, Tyler the Creator, these are some of the most amazing concerts you can go and watch without graduation. we don't have concerts like that. Another reason I have is the sales and what these sales affected. First week, Graduation sold nearly 1 billion copies. Now, not all of that is pure album sales. There's also some streaming, but streaming wasn't as big as what it was back then. So, just a little under 1 billion copies in 1 week, that's insane. And then also, the fact is, 50 Cent also was dropping an album the same day that Graduation came out. 50 Cent dropped his album Curtis, and before either of those were released, it was a big like heavyweight matchup. Was it going to be 50 Cent or and gangster rap winning, or will it be Kanye West and more conscious rap? Which obviously Kanye won. Graduation sold over 260,000 more copies than Curtis, which this truly marked the end of the reign of gangster rap. Before, when you thought of hip hop and rap, you thought gangster like NWA, you thought Biggie Smalls, you thought Tupac, you thought 50 Cent, like all these gangsters. But when Kanye dropped Graduation, you felt a change, more conscious hip hop and different subgenres that would come to light. So pretty much Graduation is what changed hip hop and rap. Also, just speaking sales wise, as of January 10th this year, Graduation is 7 times platinum. 7 times. That that's crazy. Also, when you think of why it's the best album of all time, let's talk about its legacy. As I said earlier, the album dethroned gangster rap. Graduation, once it hit like award shows, it started going crazy. It won the AMA award for favorite hip hop slash rap album for that year. And then when Grammys came around, he he took everything. Graduation won best rap album. It won best rap song for Good Life. It won the Grammy for best rap solo performance for Stronger. He was also nominated for Album of the Year. For it to get a nomination for Album of the Year, that means it has to be amazing. Though it didn't win, which I think it should have, that is still like amazing for the hip hop and rap community because it's like something that barely ever happens for a rap album to be seen as high as going Album of the Year. It also was nominated for the Grammy for Best Rap Song for Can't Tell Me Nothing, Best Rap Song, Rap slash Sung Collaboration for Good Life, and overall, it's just seen as one of the best rap albums of all time. But like I said, to me, it's the best album of all time. I Before I end the video, I just want to say what this album meant for me. It was the first Kanye album I ever listened to, like start to finish. Most people, it's College Dropout, but when I first turned that on and I heard the instrumental for Good Morning, oh my god, the way it hit me. And then as you go through the track list, it's just banger after banger after banger. Like Stronger on the third song, that song is just, it's a classic. It will never not be a good song. Even with playing it over and over, it will never be bad. Even Can't Tell Me Nothing. it was the lead single off of the album, and that's when you knew that Kanye, he's he's different. Like there's some rappers that, oh, they have one song and they're great and all, but they're not on a different level. For me, when I heard Can't Tell Me Nothing, I was like, this is gonna be my favorite rapper of all time. And Can't Tell Me Nothing is my favorite song of all time. Just the message that is behind it. Like, I don't care what you say, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. It's just inspirational. And then, excuse me, as you go further, a song like Flashing Lights. Flashing Lights is so amazing. And one of the hardest hitting lyrics that I've ever heard. She don't care about shooting stars. She cares about shoes and cars. That, when you hear that for the first time, it's like, this dude is spitting. And then as you go further, Big Brother. Big Brother, it was like, at first you thought they were going their own separate ways, like Jay-Z is here and Kanye's here. But then you listen to that and you're like, well, yeah, that's true, but it's closer than that because Kanye puts out an amazing rap performance and talks about how much Jay-Z meant to him, both as a mentor and pretty much his big brother. And he talked about how for Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls was his big brother. So it's like all these amazing rappers, like in a same family, as you would say. And it's amazing. Though I hate Drunk and Hot Girls, this album will never not be amazing to me. It will never be like, this isn't the best album of all time. It will always be my favorite album of all time. So let me know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of my videos. I don't know what I'm going to do for my next video, but I'll try and get that out as soon as possible. I'm going to have to think of what the idea is for it. But thank you for listening.